Welcome to Introduction to Geocaching. My name is Rachel and I'll be your guide in learning all about this unique worldwide treasure hunting activity. So what exactly is geocaching? Well, the word itself is broken into two parts, geo and cache. Geo is a prefix which means earth, and cache means a collection of items stored in a hidden place. Geocaching is an outdoor recreational activity in which participants use GPS or their mobile device, such as your smartphone, to hide and seek containers called geocaches anywhere in the world. They're hidden at specific coordinates. When I say anywhere, I mean anywhere. A geocache itself is a physical item. It's a small waterproof container which holds a logbook with a pen or a pencil. When a geocacher finds the cache, they sign the logbook by writing the date that they found the cache, along with their geocaching username. After they sign the log, the cache must be placed back exactly where the person found it, so that the next person is able to find it as well. Now, how do you locate geocaches? Well, you use coordinates. You may know coordinates from looking at maps, such as Google Maps. Coordinates are the quantities of latitude and longitude which define the position of a point on the surface of the Earth. Using precise coordinates when placing a cache helps geocachers find them in their exact location. So where are these geocaches hidden in the United States? Well, as you can see from the map, they're pretty much everywhere. That includes Alaska and Hawaii. Geocaching can be a fun activity on vacation because anywhere you go, there are probably geocaches there waiting to be found. And what about across the Atlantic Ocean in Europe? Geocaching is very popular in Europe as well. Even in the most remote corners of the Earth, you can find geocaches, from the ice sheet of Antarctica to the remote deserts in Africa. The activity of geocaching has been around for just over 20 years, with the first documented geocache placed in the year 2000 in Oregon. There are currently over 3 million active geocaches in 191 countries on all 7 continents. There are even geocaches on land, underwater, in the Arctic, in libraries, and even in outer space. This is Geocache GC1BE91, which is located in the International Space Station and was placed by astronaut Richard Garriott in the year 2008. Geocaches can also be hidden underwater. These caches are called dive caches. The basic rules of geocaching are that you must leave the cache exactly where you found it and in the same condition that you found it. If a cache needs maintenance, make sure to leave a note on the log on the geocaching website. When hiding a cache, pick a place that has meaning to you, and make sure it's a place that you can visit often in case you need to perform maintenance on the cache. For example, do not place a cache while you're on vacation in Spain if you live in America. Always make sure that you go geocaching with a parent, guardian, or friend. Respect the outdoors in your environment, and most importantly, have fun. So what does a geocache look like, and how will I know when I found it? Geocaches come in many different shapes and sizes. They can be large, they can be camouflaged, they can be small, they can be magnetic, or any size or shape in between. When you find the geocache itself, you'll see that it is marked as a geocache. There should be a note on it that says geocache, or you'll see the geocaching logo. Geocaches are not always hidden in the woods deep in nature. Sometimes they're hidden in more urban areas right in plain sight, like these geocaches, which are hidden in lampposts. What are the ground rules for placing your own geocache? Geocaches can't be buried underground. They should be waterproof and able to withstand the elements since they are outside. All geocaches must have a logbook for geocachers to sign. All geocaches must be approved by geocaching.com so that the coordinates can be made available for people to find. Generally, it's recommended that you find 100 geocaches before you place your own. Now you might be wondering, how do I become a geocacher? It's really quite easy. The first step is to visit geocaching.com or download the Geocaching app and set up a free account. Once you open the website or app, you'll be able to search for geocaches in your area, which will display on a map. When you click on each geocache, you will get some clues as to the size, terrain, and difficulty of the cache, along with other helpful hints. This is what the geocaching app will look like on your iPhone or your Android. You can also create an account on geocaching.com through their website. Geocaching is free, but on the geocaching.com website, there are some premium geocaches. These caches are designated for premium users only, but most caches are freely available. The premium caches will show up grayed out on the map. Once you have the app open, you can search for geocaches in different ways. The most common way is to search by location, but you can also search by the geocache name if you know it. You type in the name of the town, and then a map pops up and shows you all of the geocaches that are located in your area. Once you select the geocache that you would like to search for, you'll see some bits of information, including the level of difficulty, the size of the geocache, your distance from the cache, and what type of geocache it is. Once you select a cache on the map, click on the Navigate button and rotate your phone until the orange line on the compass is centered and matches up with the orange line on the map. Walk towards the cache and the app will buzz when you're getting close. When you find the geocache, sign the paper log and then place the geocache back exactly where you found it. You can log the geocache on the geocaching app by clicking on the log button and marking whether you found the cache or did not find the cache, and then you leave a comment about your experience finding the cache. You can also post a picture of your experience finding the geocache, but make sure that you don't post any spoilers that give away the location. When you're signing a geocache logbook, you will likely see some acronyms and terms used by geocachers that you may not recognize, such as FTF or TFTC, which stand for first to find, if you're the first person to find that geocache after it's been placed, and TFTC stands for thanks for the cache. Geocaches are categorized into 4 different sizes. Micro is the smallest, followed by small, regular, and large. Common types of geocache containers include ammo cans, which are large and usually contain lots of little prizes. Bison tubes are also very common and can often be found hidden in tree branches. Tupperware containers with lids that lock are also very popular because they're very good at keeping the rain out. Magnetic microcaches are very tricky to find and are usually found in more urban environments. You often need tweezers to pull the logbook out of the cache. Some geocaches can be really tricky to find and very cleverly hidden. This includes geocaches that are hidden in tree stumps, or they can be hidden in a fake pine cone or a fake snail shell, or they can even be hidden and camouflaged with fake plastic ivy. Sometimes the containers themselves are covered in camouflage paint to make them harder to find. Another cool aspect of geocaching are trackables. Sometimes you'll find trackables inside a geocache. A trackable is a game piece that you can move from geocache to geocache. Each trackable has a unique code which you can log so you can track the travels of the trackable. In 2015, I placed a trackable in a geocache at the Manasquan Reservoir. As of 2021, it has traveled over 32,000 miles and has been logged in far-off places such as Bangkok, Thailand, and Auckland, New Zealand. All of this is through a geocacher picking up the trackable, dropping it in another cache, then another geocacher picking it up and dropping it in another cache. So it made its way through all these various locations, traveling through geocaches along the way. If you want to create your own geocache container, there are plenty of household items that you can turn into a geocache, including vitamin bottles, spice containers, film canisters, and plastic peanut butter jars. You'll need to make sure that the container is thoroughly clean to ensure that animals don't get to it since it's outdoors. You'll want the container to be waterproof, to have a wide opening so you can fit a logbook in, to not be made of anything breakable like glass, and not to be made of anything rusty like metal since it'll be out in the elements. Some homemade geocache containers to avoid include Altoid tins, which can get rusty, and Tupperware containers that do not seal properly, which can leak and cause water damage to the contents of the geocache. Are you ready to set out on your first geocaching adventure? Be sure to pack a writing utensil, your fully charged phone, and a GPS unit if you're using one. If you're geocaching on a trail in the woods, you should make sure to pack bug spray. And always remember to geocache with a parent, guardian, or a friend. Geocachers are generally a very creative community, and some people have placed geocaches at certain coordinates to create art on the map. Here are some examples of Geo Art Designs in the United States. This eagle made out of geocache coordinates in Nevada is pretty impressive. Can you go geocaching in a library? Yes, it's true. Even though geocaches are hidden outdoors, they can also be hidden in buildings if they are part of a multi-cache. This means that the geocache is found in multiple parts. Often you must first find an outdoor component of a cache to get to the final coordinates for the indoor cache location. Many library geocaches are hidden in hollowed out books on the shelf. The Monmouth County Library has its very own geocache, which is hidden in 2018 inside the library. The cache is called Molly's Library Adventure, and it's a puzzle cache. Clues can be found on geocaching.com. Be sure to check it out the next time you visit Monmouth County Library Headquarters branch in Manalapan. The Monmouth County Library has plenty of books about geocaching that are available for you to check out. Here are a few of my favorites. There are also plenty of geocaching resources available on the internet, including podcasts, video blogs, and even the Central Jersey Geocaching Group. I hope you enjoyed learning about geocaching, and I hope that this presentation has inspired you to go out and find your first geocache. Be sure to check out the library cache located at Monmouth County Library Headquarters branch. Happy caching and have fun!